All right. Okay, welcome everybody. Welcome to my social studies class. This is your teacher, of course, Mr. Clark. All right. So in the last class, we looked at how families begin, and basically we said that families begin through courtship, right? Or courting. So courting normally leads to the formation of unions, and unions are basically the basis on which families are formed, right? Now, we did look at the three different stages of courtship. So, for the benefit of those who were not here or who did not see the video, let me just run through what we looked at in the last class. So, courtship is basically a phase in which a man and a woman develop some mutual relationship towards each other. And the three main stages of courtship are dating, going steady, and the engagement stage. Right? So from these three stages now that are in courtship, the next step is really to form a union and then begin your family, right? So today's focus is unions. We are focusing on unions today. Now, the three main types of unions are: number one, you have the common law union or the consensual union, right? Now, this is a situation in which the couple decides to live with each other without being legally married. So it might be a case where they don't think that they are in a position to get married yet. You know, their reasons might be financial, it might be social, it might be emotional. Whatever the reasons are, the couple, they are living together and they are not legally married. So basically, as we said earlier, it is also referred to as the consensual union because it is a situation in which the couple, both parties, they have given consent to each other to really live together for a period of time or even forever, right? Because the common law union, you find that it is being recognized by governments now, and some of the same rights and privileges that persons in a marriage get to enjoy, the common law unions now, they are getting to enjoy some of those same rights and privileges, right? Especially those rights that have to do with inheritance, right? So children that are in common law unions, basically they are given certain rights and privileges just the same as if you were in a marriage, right? So the common law union is the first union. The next union that I want to mention is the visiting relationship. Now, this is a situation, as the name suggests, where both parties or both partners, they are in a relationship but they don't live together, right? So there is a visiting relationship. Usually it is the man that visits the woman, but it can be the other way around as well. The woman can visit the man can visit the woman. Once they don't live under the same roof, they don't share residence, all they do is visit each other, right? So they live in separate homes and they visit each other while still remaining in a relationship. So that is the second union, the visiting relationship. The third union, and the one that we normally encourage as a Christian society, is marriage, right? So marriage basically is a legal contract that is signed between two persons to spend the rest of their lives together, right? So these persons are obligated to each other emotionally, physically, spiritually, financially, and all of those things, right? So in a marriage, it is basically described as two people becoming one, right? So both of you have decided that you want to spend the rest of your lives together. Some people refer to it as wedlock or matrimony. right? Those are terms that are used to describe marriage. So these two persons have come together and they have decided to spend the rest of their lives together, and it is recognized by the court and the state. So that is why couples normally sign that contract that we're going to spend the rest of our lives together. And there are certain vows that they take as well. For those of you who attend the marriage ceremonies, you would hear them talking about, for better or for worse, in sickness and in health, for richer or for poorer, till death do us part. So it's a very serious vow that they have taken to spend the rest of their lives together. Alright, so that is marriage. Now, we want to spend a little bit of time talking about marriage because, as I said before, marriage is really the type of union that, as a Christian society, we encourage and we endorse, and we really would hope that people would really choose this type of union. Right? It's the one that signifies a more serious type of commitment. Right? Now, there are different types of marriages. Right? And to be frank, there are several types of marriages, but for the purpose of this lesson, we're going to stick to the four of the more common types of marriages, just to not confuse you so much, right? There is also different categories of marriages or different concepts relating to marriage, like monogamy, polygamy, matriarchal, patriarchal, matrifocal, and those terms. But we don't want to really confuse the learners just yet. So we're going to be focusing on four types of marriages, right? Because you would know that persons get married for different reasons, and persons get married under different circumstances, right? So that in itself should tell you that there are different types of marriages. Now, the four types of marriages that we want to look at today, you have what is called the shotgun marriage. You have number 2, the marriage of convenience. Number 3, arranged marriages. And you also have elope marriage, right? Now, what is the shotgun marriage? It is basically, as the name suggests, it is a forced marriage, right? It is usually a very quick marriage, and it is usually forced. Now, you can imagine the concept of a shotgun or somebody holding a shotgun on you. Usually when somebody is holding a shotgun on you, it is usually when they are forcing you to do something. Right now, I don't want you to take this literal, the term shotgun. It is usually a marriage that happens to prevent some form of embarrassment or to protect pride and so on, right? It usually happens when a man gets a woman pregnant out of wedlock. So they are not married, and the family members of either one or both parties are Christians, and to avoid the disgrace or the embarrassment or the shame, usually the family members pressure or put pressure on the man to get married to the woman, right? So they refer to this as the shotgun marriage. Everybody understand? So the shotgun marriage is basically when you force somebody to get married to a person for a particular reason, and usually that reason is pregnancy. So before the entire community starts to find out, or before it starts to spread and the belly starts to grow and everybody starts to find out, the family normally forces the man to get married to the girl. Alright, so the second marriage is marriage of convenience. Now, in this type of marriage, the persons or one of the two partners usually get married to the other to gain some form of benefit, right? It is convenient to you to get married to the person, so that is why you get married to the person. Usually, for example, let me give you some examples. Somebody go overseas as a Jamaican, you are not a citizen of the country that you visit. You want to become a citizen, so you get married to the person to gain your citizenship, that is a marriage of convenience. Or, simply put, you get married to somebody because the person has money. So you get married to a person because this person, you see them as a wealthy person and you want to attain some of their wealth. So you get married to them. Right? So that's a marriage of convenience. The third marriage is what we refer to as arranged marriages, right? Now this is more common in some societies than other. I think in the African society and in the Indian society, you have arranged marriages where the marriages are arranged by the parents, right? So the younger persons that are getting married, they do not have the authority or the power to select a partner. Their partner is selected for them and the marriage is arranged by the family members. Hence the term arranged marriage, right? So that's the third type of marriage. And the fourth type of marriage that we want to look at is the elope marriage. Now this, to put it simple, means that the couple, they run away to get married. So it might be that the relatives don't want them to get married and they decide that they want to get married. They are madly in love. They are not going to listen to anybody. They love each other and they just have to get married. So instead of staying and listening to what the family members have to say, they go away to a different area. Might be a different district, a different parish, different state, different country, and they get married, right? So it might be even the case where in some states you might be too young to marry, but some states you are allowed to marry at a certain age. So you flee from your state to live in another state, right? That is going to allow you or give you the privilege of getting married. So that's the elope marriage. So those are the four different types of marriages that we really want to focus on for today, right? So I hope that you would have learned something from the class, and I will see you in the next class.